You know what's up. It's Sweet Dan with comic reviews.
Cool.
These humans are beginning to bore me.
Sweet Dan Sweet reviews Superman 701. Lucky you.
Hey folks, how you doing? Comic Book Man here. Welcome once again to my video outhouse. It's time for
Sweet Talking with Sweet Dan Sweet and Comic Book Man.
We got time for that.
Oh, you want me to do the rest?
you have to.
myalternatereality.com and the video outhouse,
which is
Mount
located
Greenwood.
at the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood. Alternate reality in the Chicago's scenic South Side.
Oh yeah.
Okay, which might be important because they were shooting a reality series down here. Girls of the South Side or folks of the South Side.
No, they're not.
Well, they were. They were casting for it. They were
hope
casting for it
not.
8 months ago. It's going to be coming out.
I don't ever
at
wanna
some
see
point
it.
soon.
You
The
idiots.
Jersey thing.
Jersey Shore.
Jersey Shore thing. They just went on strike. They're doing this. They were
thanks.
casting for the same type of thing down here. Anyway, that's where we're at, and we're going to be famous soon enough. And alternate reality has every intention of climbing on top of that bandwagon and riding it right into the ground.
No, we don't.
But Dan's here as always for review. He's reviewing comics, and today he's reviewing Superman number 701,
That's right.
which has absolutely nothing to do with what we were just talking about.
Not at
It's
all.
Superman number 701, which is part one of the Grounded storyline,
Yep.
which Superman is doing. J. Michael Straczynski is writing it, and it's Superman walking, talking cross country. We've alluded to this in the past. We talked about it a little bit in his Superman 700 review.
Yep.
This is the actual first issue. It's 30 pages of Superman walking and talking. That's basically it. And tell me, he walks, he talks. Is it worth reading?
It is a must-read, in my opinion. It was actually the first book I read out of all my books last week, and I usually don't read the Superman books first, but we didn't get to talk much about it at the end of 700 because they only gave you the slap heard round the world, the sort of prequel to what caused Superman to take this walkabout.
And there were two other stories to talk about.
Two other little ones, yeah. It's really, really a spectacular comic book for a couple of reasons that I personally find very fascinating. Like me and you had mentioned earlier, it's 70 years of character history, and not once has anyone thought to take him down to our level. They dress him up like a human as Clark Kent, and they make him the bumbling, fumbling moron, and that's really, sort of maybe how he saw us at one point. And as 70 years have progressed, now the world's a different place. We expect different things from our heroes.
Well, Clark Kent exists also to be the exact opposite of Superman, so
Yeah.
nobody will figure out that, hey, you're Superman.
And what he's able to do is he's able to go out and try to relate to people on their level. He's still Superman, and you still see him take advantage of being Superman. However, it's in a very small part. He doesn't punch anything. Nothing blows up, and he doesn't have to fly in and save the day. But he's still changing lives. He's still affecting people the way only Superman could. There's a couple of really interesting scenes in there. There's a couple of really controversial scenes in which people on the internet have complained that Superman is condescending, and this is just J. Michael Straczynski getting on his soapbox and sort of preaching to everybody his own personal beliefs and stuff.
Well, sort of, kind of, but that's sort of kind of the territory you go with any artist or any writer. You're reading the character filtered through them.
Yeah, you always inject a portion
if
of yourself.
If you, gentle reader, viewer at home, have read any number of comics, you must have picked up by now that one writer writing a book has a different voice for the same character as another writer who's writing a book.
And yet they still have to keep the character's voice somewhat true to itself.
So you got to keep the character's voice there, but the tone is always different.
I thought that there was a really, really poignant scene in the book where there's a woman who wants to jump off of a building and commit suicide. Yeah. And Superman wants to talk to her, and all the police are kind of expecting him to just fly up there and bring her down. And that's not at all what Superman does. She says not to touch me, and Superman respects her. She says she'll talk to him, but only if, at the end, if she still decides to go through with it, he agrees not to save her. And Superman does, and it's a little bit of a ballsy move to represent Superman in sort of this way that says he's going to go beyond just doing right. He's going to try to do the right thing for everyone, which is weird.
Well, the interesting thing about that one part, and that is the emotional core of this whole issue, is the attempted suicide.
Yeah.
He talks with other people. It's not the whole issue, but it's the emotional core of it. And the interesting thing about that is, he does say, okay, if you decide to jump, I won't save you. Okay, I promise you I won't. And at that point, from everything you've read up to that point, you almost think that, yeah, he probably wouldn't because he's respecting her wishes. Now, he also has a code against killing, and I don't know if he... I don't know if she actually decided... Well, I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into... I'm spoiling. Yes, but you don't know. You don't know. You don't know if he would actually let her jump or not.
And it's really well done. And, I mean... The characters reacting to Superman being in their neighborhoods, being into their town. He was in Pittsburgh or Philadelphia, or someplace.
Well, one of his first stops is he stops at a diner, gets a Philly cheesesteak sandwich, because he's in Philly,
and he has no money because he has no pockets.
So he does what Superman always does. You need any help around here? Yeah, we need the back room sorted. We need the back room cleaned up. Okay, boom, boom. Okay, can I have the sandwich?
All finished.
Sure. You did a great job.
And that's the thing is it's whether it was the very opening page where he's helping some guy fix his car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's really simple stuff that makes a difference in the lives of normal people, as opposed to the giant, glaring differences he makes every time he saves the world from giant robots or aliens or what have you.
Well, that's a great thing about this. As you mentioned before, in 70 years, Superman has saved the world countless numbers of times, fought giant robots, fought giant apes, fought Lex Luthor in any one of 1,000 different dastardly schemes to take over the Earth. He's held off alien invasions, but he's never sat down at a diner and talked with people.
Just hung out.
Yeah, talk with people.
Just like this. This is I'm like Superman right. You're like Superman right now.
Superman has always had three identities. He's Kal-El from Krypton, he's Clark Kent from Smallville, and he's Superman. And of the three, Superman has almost never gotten any character attention. Clark Kent always does, either stumbling or bumbling, or Clark from Smallville, as in the TV series Smallville, or Kal-El. Okay, the last year, as much as you didn't like the last year's storyline, that was all about Kal-El. Okay, good, bad, or indifferent. This is just Superman, which is the reason why he's in costume walking. Okay, as opposed to, well, I'm going to dress up like Clark Kent and walk across the country and actually get to know people. No, he's, as Superman, is going out to get to know people. I'm Superman.
And that was really cool, because then you get the reporters, and there's a big media frenzy over this, because is Superman on Red K? Did he lose his powers? Why is he doing it? And there's
that's one of the running jokes in the book.
Yeah, and there's a really provocative statements from some reporters, and Superman says, you want to see if I lost my powers? Flies the guy up in there and flies him back down and says, I'm cool. I'm just doing this to do it. And you're right. The Superman character has always been more of a device rather than a characterized individual.
Right.
You know what I mean? When he puts the costume on, he stands for truth, justice, and the American way, and then he just takes the costume off and goes back to being a person. This is really him in costume, learning to be a person while in costume, as opposed to this icon, as opposed to this...
Which is what makes this story dangerous, because to a certain extent, they may wind up pigeonholing Superman as, well, he's like this. Okay, which they've never done before. Superman is the mirror that everybody can project themselves onto, whether you like Superman or not, whether you think he's a stupid Boy Scout or not. You look at Superman and you go, yeah, I could be like him if I was a little bit better. But now if you look at him and go, well, I don't like him, he's too liberal, or I don't like him, he's too conservative, or I don't like him, he's whatever. They might be pigeonholing him by doing this.
But I think, and that's what the fascinating thing about this being, I heard 12 issues?
I'm not sure.
A year's worth of Superman stories
doing this?
Yeah, I think
it's supposed to be a year's worth.
I think there's a lot of room to explore, because he's going to end up in conservative places. He's going to end up in ultra-liberal places, I'm sure.
Well, one of the things he does here is he runs into a gang.
Yeah, he runs into a bunch of gangbangers, and he says, or they tell him it's futile. You can take our stuff. You can make us move. We're going to do whatever we want to do, and you're going to go away.
Yeah.
And he says, well, yeah, but I'm going to burn all your stuff, and then I'm going to come back and do it every week just to be a hard-on.
And then a kid says, well, they're just going to move somewhere else, and what about what happens then? You haven't solved the problem. They're just going somewhere else, and Superman says, well, those people will have to do something then, won't they?
Exactly.
Those people will have to get off their ass and do something.
And that's sort of what that. I mean, it's again, I think it's going to explore many facets of American mentality, and then from there you might get a better idea, or maybe Clark will say forget it and go back to New Krypton. Oh, that's gone.
No,
can't do that. Jim Robb blew that up.
So this is good.
It's better than good. It's better than I believed it to be. I am on for the long haul with this issue.
Okay, you can stop off at the store's website, read his review of this book and thousands of other books, and of course the store's website is at...
Again, www.myalternatereality.com.
Stop off at the store's website.
Website.
We've got Bo here today.
Stop at the store's website.
We got the Scooby-Doo disease.
We've got Bo here.
Rugged.
Stop off at the store's website and check out all his reviews. And until next time, this comic book man.
This is Sweet Dan Sweet.
Saying we're going for a walk across America.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
The hero of the month this month at Alternate Reality is the Star-Spangled Avenger himself, Captain America. That's right, all my Captain America trades are 25% off all month long. Hardcovers, softcovers, Masterworks, Essentials, everything that's a Captain America trade paperback is 25% off all month long here at Alternate Reality.
The Video Outhouse is brought to you by some of the finest people willing to work for free. This is a list of some of them.